This is our 5-berth Explorer, in particular the Itineo version handover video. Okay, so we're going to start with the driver's side of the vehicle. I'm going to take you through all the compartments on each side and explain what they're for. So first of all, we're just going to start down here just beside the habitational door. You will see a black lever under here. This is to release your dirty water from your sink and your shower. It is just a case of grabbing the lever and pulling, and that will open, and that will release the water from your tank, and then just push it back in to close it again. Next one, habitational door then, into the rear of the vehicle. Separate key on your key ring for that. Next compartment here then is your electric hookup point. So there will be an electric hookup cable in the back of the van here. Just plug it in here and then into the campsite for whenever you're needing to get charged up or you want to run the vehicle off the electric. Next compartment then is the garage door. Again, habitational key will open all the locks. So inside here, you will find your hookup cable, your hose, any additional pads that are needed, and then the platform for the 5th bed. In here also, you will find your gas tanks, okay? So it's a gas low system, 2 full tanks of gas. Whenever you're parked up, just switch them both on. Just in case one runs out, it'll piggyback automatically off the second one. When travelling, both tanks must be switched off. Does go against the normal wee bit, so to switch them off, you turn them clockwise. To turn them on, you turn them anti-clockwise. There's little gauges on the top of each tank to show you how much is left, so it runs from green to red. So whenever you know you're running low, you'll need to get topped up if you're staying out a wee bit longer. And this is where you would top it up from. Just take the cap off, and then any gas low system, just plug it straight in and pump the gas straight back into your tanks again. Just the rear of the vehicle then, rear view camera and your bike rack. So at the moment the bike rack is strapped up there. It's just a case of undoing the strap, pulling it down, and then you have your arms to connect to the bikes. So these arms do require keys, and you will find them on your bunch of keys. So passenger side of the vehicle then, another access point to your garage, and then just further on down we have your toilet cassette. Okay. So to remove your toilet cassette then, just blue lever up and gently pull it out. Okay, so twist and unscrew, and then you can tip the waste down into the black water disposal at the campsite. Connect that back together, and then to wash your tank out, pull that flat forward, open it up, and then just rinse it out and a wee bit of toilet chemical back in there. We do ask that you clean this out for us on return, just for health and safety reasons as well. If your tank is quite full, that is a little button there to release the pressure inside the tank. So when that's all done, back in and make sure it clicks back into place. Next one then is your freshwater refill. So we'll give you a full tank of fresh water. Whenever you are running low, you'll be able to tell from the gauge inside. Just a case of taking that off, just works like a fuel cap. Remove that and top it back up with fresh water again. And the last one on this side then is going to be your fuel flap. So just open the door, then you can see your diesel and your AdBlue. So you will need the vehicle key then to take the diesel cap off. We'll give you a full tank of diesel. So whenever you're done and return the vehicle, just make sure you bring it back full of diesel again, okay? You don't need to worry about AdBlue. So just the front cab of the vehicle then, nothing too complicated, just your normal indicators and wipers here. Window control switches, and then your wing mirror control switches for left and right. The gear stick then on this one, manual vehicle, okay, reverse gear. You need to lift this up and across and follow the pattern. Night time when you're going to bed, don't use the key to lock the van, okay? You will trigger the internal sensors. If you get up to use the bathroom or anything, the alarm will start screaming. So if you use this button here and just lock your doors as soon as you're ready to go to bed. Touchscreen head unit there for your radio and connecting your phone, and you have a couple of USB points as well in the vehicle. Also at the front here, front blind. So this one is just a pull-up blind. Just pull it up right up into the track and then down during the day. And the window blinds for the drivers and passengers door, they just pull out and lift up into the track. So they are very delicate. They're just like paper, okay? So just be careful with them. And then same again, drop it back down and then slide it back into place. Main control power then in this vehicle is just above the hab door. So this will be the main control panel here. So the little information button, just push and hold until it switches on. touch it again and you'll get all your information required. So that just shows you the levels of the batteries. Fresh water there at the moment you can see is full. So when we give it to you, it'll be 100%. As you see it coming down, then you know your dirty water's filling up. So when you're topping up your fresh, you need to empty your dirty at the same time. Just vehicle battery and again habitational battery. So we're all good. This one is just some lights. Okay, there are various light switches around the van. You'll find them all by the time you're coming back. This one is your water pump. Okay, so if you have nothing coming out of your tap, you know you need to turn your water pump on. That's just an auxiliary switch. On the very odd occasion, sometimes the television is wired into this auxiliary switch. So if you do turn your TV on and it's not coming on, touch auxiliary and then it should come on. And that one then is just a little light just above the habitational door. Okay, and again, for traveling, all this must be switched off. And to switch it all off, you just push and hold the information button again. Okay, so the next one then is your heating and your hot water. So just push the button to wake the vehicle, or sorry, wake the system up. So a very easy system to use, the Dromore one. So you've got your heating, your hot water, how you're going to heat your van and your water and your fan. Okay, so this little wheel just moves along the options. So we'll start with the van. Push. At the moment the heating's off, so you can turn that up to a nice tropical 30 degrees there. Okay, so just whatever temperature you want it at, then you just push it again, and at the moment there it's looking for gas and electric to start and heat the van. It's not going to find either because they're both off. So you want to turn your heating down or up or off, back in there and push the button. The next one then is your hot water. So at the moment it's off. You've got economical mode, hot and boost. So boost will give you hot water in probably about half an hour, 40 minutes. Hot will take over an hour to heat the whole tank. So whatever option you choose, then again, push the button and you can see again it's starting to look for gas and electric to get it going. Back in and we'll switch it off. The next one then will be the source. So we'll start at the bottom here. So we've got gas only to run the heating and the hot water. Mix 1, mix 2, which will be gas and electric. And then we've got full electric 1 and electric 2. The numbers depend on the voltage at the various campsites. They should be able to advise you. So if you want to use full electric 1 or 2, just choose the option. If you want to use gas and electric, then you would choose mix. Or if you're off-grid, full gas. Then we go back. And then the last one then is just the vent system. So you will find little pockets all around the van where your heat will be blown out, and that is just a wee fan for it. So you can just turn that up and down. And that is you. Okay, so front living area of the vehicle. As you can see, just above my head here, we have an additional bed. Excuse me. In a few moments then we'll show you how this one works. Cupboards, loads of cupboard space. So at the corner of each cupboard, you'll see a little sticker there with a finger. That is where the catch is to open, okay? So loads of storage space. If you do push anywhere else on the door, it won't open. You need to come to the corner, okay? Window blinds then. Fly screens, keep the bugs out. And your night blinds then at night time, and then just your little levers for the windows. So the dining area will seat 5 people. Okay, so 2 here, your 2 captain seats then will spin, and then you have an additional seat here. So the table then to extend out for the 5th person to eat at. It is just a case of pulling out, push down, lift up, and it'll spring into place, okay? So to fold it away, pull out, let it drop, and slide it back in. Keep it down until it's right underneath, and then lift up and slide. Okay. So kitchen area, microwave in this vehicle, will only work if you're hooked up to a campsite. Gas cooker then, nothing too complicated with this, just a case of push, turn, and then pilot light to get it going. Don't close the glass down until you have finished cooking and everything's cooled down, or else the glass will shatter. Loads of drawers in this vehicle as well. So there's a wee bar in the middle. Push the bar up, and then you have tons of storage space in your 3 drawers. And just your sink works. Any normal sink. Fridge and freezer then. So fridge, freezer, we will always leave these on automatic. So we will, which means it'll find its own source, whether it be the gas, the electric, or the vehicle battery when driving. So really good size fridge. And then you have a freezer drawer there at the bottom as well. Okay, so bathroom in this Itineo is pretty good size. So it is. So we'll start with the toilet. Again, toilet will spin if you need extra leg room. So the workings, lid up, open the toilet first of all, do whatever needs done, down, flush, close, okay? Good practice just to keep this closed. It just stops any smells and stuff coming back up through the toilet. So also very important that this is closed before you remove the tank outside that I was showing you earlier. If this is open and you try to pull the tank out, you will break these discs on the top, okay? So open, toilet, flush, close. Storage compartment there underneath the sink. Again, you've got your little window and your sink and another storage compartment up here. So the shower will be held closed here just with a couple of wee clips. There'll be perspex doors, okay? So make sure you unclip those before you try and pull the doors out. This shower, you will need to lift the plate out of the floor before use, okay? So they are quite tightly wedged in there, so just be gentle with them, but it will lift out. And then just your shower head there. Everything else works as normal. Okay, so the rear bed in this vehicle, really good option with this bed. You can opt for 2 big singles, or you can pull it together and make 1 extra large double, in which case then you would sleep across the van. But just before we get into that, loads of storage, okay, under each side. One on this side, and then there is storage within the step areas. And you also have access to your garage from inside this vehicle. Okay, so back to the beds then. If you wanted to make your 2 singles into an extra large double, very, very simple. This plate pulls forward, and then your additional pad, which will probably be in the boot at that stage, slots in here, okay? Makes it absolutely massive. And then the small ladder that will hook in just here so you can gain access to the bed. Okay, so skylights in the van. There's a big one at the front there, and there's 2 in the main part of the cabin here. So very, very easy to operate. There is a big button. Just push the button in, pull the bar down, and then follow the track. Okay, push it back up and click it into place. And then again, you have your fly screens and your night blinds. So next bed is your double bed above the dining area. Okay, so 2 very, very, very important things. This TV, if the TV sitting like this, you cannot bring the bed down because it will catch on these cabinets because they also drop with the bed. So you need to make sure your TV is in completely flat. And best way to do that is just check it from the side there. Make sure it's not blocked. Okay, so once you've that done, the next thing you'll need to do is peel off your headrests. Okay, so we're not going to take all that apart now, but I'm going to show you how the bed works. So this is an electric bed. Again, key, do not remove the key from the vehicle, okay? So we have up and down. So gently turn the key and the bed will drop down, okay? Then you have your ladder, just hooks onto the side there to gain access to your bed. So again, there is guardrails in here as well if you have kids, and they will hook into the anchor points in the roof. So when you're all done and dusted in the morning time, bed up, turn the key, and just let it glide up nicely. And that's you. Okay, so seat number 5, you've 1 and 2 at the front, 3 and 4 here, and number 5 is here. So all you need to do for this one is just lift the belt out. It will sit in the box underneath. Just pull it out and peel your backing pad off there and set it there. So person 5 will be rear facing when traveling, and their lap belt. Okay, so bed 5 then is made up out of your dining area. Very, very simply made. There's a rail here and there's a rail below, so your table will drop down onto the rail below. The leg of the table will bend, and I'll show you that whenever we dismantle it here. The extra pads you will find in the boot then will make up this area into a really nice comfortable bed. It's only a 5 berth, but you probably could squeeze 2 in here at a stretch. So taking it apart then, very, very simple again. Pads just out of the way. And your table then, so you will need to pull the extension out to fill the gap here. Just like we did before, pull it out, drop it down, and then slide it in, out of the way. And then table off the rail, back up onto the top one. And then the table leg, just a little button to the side, and that's where it will fold. Under this one then, again, in the boot of the vehicle, you will find that little framework. And again, very, very simple. There's a little rail to the side of this seat and that just hooks on there. And that's all stored in the boot of the vehicle.